just for you.
Aw, thank you. You're so funny. Hello, hello.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm good.
Hold on, let me get my pose on. How you doing?
You're a mess. You're a mess. How are you? Really? With the face and everything? I get what you say.
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Welcome to our next edition segment of Getting to Know the Cast. And here we have Tony, JR, Poke and Stroke. So you ready to get started?
Yeah, I guess so. Let's do this.
All right. Tell us a little bit about Tony and who Tony is.
What you mean? Tell us a little bit about Tony. Y'all don't need to know. Y'all don't need to know nothing.
Come on, tell us
Y'all
about
don't need
Tony.
to know nothing.
Who is Tony? What does he like to do for fun? Where does he like to go?
Tony don't like to do nothing. Nothing at all.
We are not going to do this today, okay? We're not doing
what
this
is
today.
my job to be? Is my job to be just a smidge combative? Okay.
Okay, but seriously, like, who is Tony?
Tony is a 6 foot tall, 215-pound black man, recently divorced with a majority custody of a daughter.
Oh,
I am a certified repair technician of all these devices you guys carry. My business, it's not my first business, and it probably won't be my last.
Got you. So how is it co-parenting with your significant, well, not
There's
significant
no
other?
such thing as co-parenting.
Oh, why do you say that?
That's a myth. In my world, that's a myth. I do the majority of the parenting. I have to parent in both houses most of the time.
Got you. So, my next question is, why did you join the Purple Mic?
Because I was asked to do so, and it was something new.
Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about being on the show so far? We've been actually, you and I kind of started at the same time. So how has it been for you so far being on the show?
Quite honestly, it's been a little therapeutic, if I got to be honest about it. You've been able to get some things off your chest, and I get to listen to other people's perspectives and listen to other people's lives and their relationships. So I know that my journeys were not in vain. Got you.
So name a couple things that you've learned from being on the show, like from other people's advices and their perspectives on relationships.
A lot of it has been affirmation of what I felt from previous relationships. So communication has definitely been big. Being able to knowing that women will accept a man and being vulnerable. That was something new. That there are women willing to accept that. And to hear other men, and more specifically, since the panel is basically we're black men being able to express their opinion and open up about the things that we go through as black men, and being able to tell that to black women, and they're being very receptive of it, and being able to give some solid advice on that too as well. That has helped. It's I think if and when I do go into another relationship, it will be I'll be a little bit better equipped because I can tiptoe into those waters and see if that woman can handle that level of honesty and she can be supportive.
Okay. I like that answer. Good job. Good answer.
That's what I do.
So you guys, as you know, is Getting to Know You segment, and right now we're featuring Tony, and we're going to keep going with these questions and see how much more we can pull out of him, all the nit and the gritty. We're going to see.
Y'all ain't pulling nothing. Nothing.
All right, so you interviewed Erica and Jelon several times. You asked each lady require a marriage license or officiant. So do you feel like you would require a marriage license or an officiant?
No, I don't quite understand why we need the paperwork now. Given what I know now, that Black people were being married, just people in general were being married without documentation. They were together and it was seen as them being together. I try to figure out why this whole the whole institution of marriage the state had to join in. And I've been around a lot of people who've questioned that too as well. Why are you and your partner also married to the state? And to me, it doesn't seem, something about that doesn't seem right. So that's why I try to question, why do you need paperwork if you love each other and put a ring on your finger and I'm doing everything else? Or we just can't go to the priest and let him do it, you know?
Right.
Our people jumped the broom like a mofo in slavery. So why
That's true.
We know they didn't have no paperwork then, so why we need paperwork now?
So that means you're not against marriage, but you're
no, I'm not.
The paperwork of it.
Yeah, I am not against marriage. I'm a full believer that it's not the company that does you wrong; it's the people within the company that do you wrong. So marriage is not bad. It's the person you marry that makes, or you that makes the marriage, work or not work.
So my question is, how is it like dating or being in a relationship with Tony?
It is consistent. Mm-hmm. Okay. I always say the good days are going to outweigh the bad days. Okay. I cannot, the bad days are just going to happen.
This is true. Okay.
Everybody doesn't have good days. We all have bad days at some point in time, but it's going to be consistent. Okay. There's going to be, you'll be able to know exactly what I'm doing. That's how consistent I am. And my previous this is the truth. And one of my previous relationships, while I was living in Georgia, the woman I was with at the time, and I bought a house for her, she could time me to a book. When I came into the house, she knew about within 10 or 15 minutes when I was going to be home. She knew, hey, when I walked in the door, where I was going first, and she knew my patterns. I'm consistent. Mm-hmm. So getting with me, hey, yeah, we're going to laugh. We're going to joke. There's going to be a lot of food. Oh, Jesus, there's going to be a lot of food.
So can you cook?
I can. I just don't like to clean up. So therefore, I don't cook a lot.
Oh, so you need someone that's going to clean up after you cook.
I need somebody who's literally going to be the yin to my yang. If I'm going to cook, she has to clean the kitchen because I hate washing dishes. I've mentioned that before, I think.
Yes, we have heard the story of you not liking to wash
I'm traumatized by washing dishes. I'm traumatized.
Okay, good. What is it like being loved by Tony? How have the women you've been with, how do they describe it when they've been with you? How is it?
To be honest, I have not asked that question. How is it to be loved by me? I am not fully equipped to answer that question. Okay. And given the past relationship, seeing that I look back now, that was growing pains. Mm-hmm. So I would have to say a lot of them weren't that great because I was not willing, in my younger self, willing to give up certain things that I'm more than willing to give up now.
Okay. So what's a deal breaker in your relationship? What is something that's just like, no?
I'm going to get in trouble for some of this.
Okay.
So I have questioned that a lot because there are some women that I see and I'm like, damn, she's attractive, but she got like 4 kids. I can't deal with that.
Okay. But that's honest. That's honest.
I mean, I got 1. Why do I want to take on 4 more?
And then that'd make a total of 5.
Yes. And then at the same time, I'm like, I don't know what her situation's like. So I might have to deal with a baby daddy or ex-husband. Do I want to deal with that on top of 4 kids and mine? Now here's the one that's going to get me in trouble.
Okay.
I get a lot of plus size women hit on me. I am not a plus size man. I can't do it.
Okay.
I do not have the gear to climb that mountain. I don't.
You said the gear to climb that mountain?
I don't have the gear to climb that mountain. I'm sorry.
What do you consider a plus size woman?
If she's bigger than me, she's plus size.
Okay. Is she's bigger than you, then she's plus size.
If she's bigger than me, she plus size.
Okay, so what if a woman is working on her weight though? She's working on it.
I can work with you.
Okay.
Hey, I got no issues. We can. Hey, if that's what you're doing, hey, I got no issues if you're working on you in the weight category. Hey, we can start. So we can start something, but don't think that I'm not paying attention, because the reality of that is, and no offense to the big women out there, I have seen some cute, and I do mean some cute big girls. Problem is when you take those clothes off and I see you in your entirety, if I'm not attracted to you physically, then nothing's going to happen. And then now we got a serious problem. When clothes come off, things tend to happen. And if they don't happen, then we start getting attitudes.
All right, you guys. I'd like to thank the audience for watching us on Purple Mic. As the series continues, we have Tony here getting to know the cast, and one by one, all of us will be interviewing, so that way you get a chance to get to know us while we are being interviewed by one of our cast members. Remember to like, share, and follow us on Purple Mic on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Okay, so
it almost sounds like you've done this before.
All right. Almost. All right. So my next question is bedroom Tony. What is bedroom Tony like?
That depends.
Depends on what?
There's two bedroom Tonys.
Not two.
There's two. See, there's the bedroom Tony that when we first get into it, that's testing the waters to see how this is gonna go. If you don't get past the first bedroom Tony, then I'm not into it, and I'm just trying to get out of there.
What's the first one? Like that's testing the water, trying to see.
That's trying to see if we're physically compatible, if we get into some fun places and doing some things, and because despite what anybody thinks, number one, sex is utilitarian. It's there to procreate. Right. But we have made sex fun. And that after a certain time, sex should be fun.
It should be.
And I'm at that stage where I am not interested in having any more kids. So I want to act like a teenager again, and let's have fun.
Okay. All right, ladies, y'all heard that? Tony wants to have fun. Okay.
Let's have fun.
First stage. Tony. All right. So what's the second one like?
Second stage Tony is okay. First stage Tony says, okay, this is cool. We enjoying ourselves. Second stage Tony kicks in. Then you in trouble, because this turns off. The brain is no longer in control of nothing. This is all mechanical. Now this is all animalistic. I'm going hard in the paint. I'm gonna bend you up like a pretzel, and I'm gonna drill hard like I'm going for oil. I'm literally trying to blow out my hip while I'm doing this.
Blow out your hip?
I'm trying to blow out my hip.
You walk away like this.
Hey, that's what. Hey, I know I've done my job, and I got a little pain.
Okay.
I know I've done my job. Yeah, I got a little. Hey, my hip hurt. I'm like, ooh, I got to stretch this out. Ooh. Ain't nothing worse than not being hydrated during sex, because I've had a couple of Charlie horses during sex.
Ooh, yes, haven't we all? Not a great feeling. How was it like being married? How was it like being married for the first time? What was it like in that marriage, and what made you think to want to marry that particular woman that you did?
Okay, so let's pull back. Let's pull back on this one. All right, so. I was seeing a Mexican woman. I was having the time of my life with her. I enjoyed the shit out of her. She had a daughter. She had a 2-year-old daughter. Her daughter had never seen her father because he was in jail. Unfortunately, the poor bastard. He was an accessory to murder. Unfortunately, yeah, he was. He literally was in the room while somebody was being killed. He didn't have a hand in it at all. He was just in the room, and he got like 20 years. Yeah, crazy.
Ooh, okay.
So this little girl didn't know she'd never seen her dad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dating her mom. Now I become the most consistent man other than her grandfather that she's seen. This little girl starts calling me Poppy.
Oh, puppy.
Crazy about that little girl. She wanted me around. She never wanted me to pick her up. But she couldn't stand when she couldn't see me.
Oh, so cute.
But I was loving on her mom. Loving on her mom. We had great chemistry, no arguments. We could talk about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the sex was bananas. Absolutely unhinged bananas.
Off the charts, just off the charts, off just.
Let's just say all I had to do was throw an idea out there. She would think about it for like an hour and she'd be like, okay, yeah, let's try that. And I was like, what? Are you serious? I had to like me go look. Let me go get some lube before you change your mind. Hold up.
Oh goodness.
But I enjoyed her.
Okay.
But we got to a point where I wanted the relationship to get even more serious. I wanted us to move in. I even wanted us to I wanted to put a ring on that thing. That's how serious it was.
Oh
And
wow.
I gave her a ring for her birthday. I gave her a little quarter carat diamond ring as a promise ring to tell her, hey, I ain't going nowhere. You stuck with my black ass.
Wow.
We gonna have some Blexican kids. I was all in. That's how much deep I was into her. So she kind of freaked out by that. She had never had that. I was the first and only black guy she had ever dated.
Oh wow.
So now this black guy's serious about her, and she hadn't been in a serious relationship in years. So I kind of freaked her out. So some months after that, we had a talk, and I said, look, I began to tell her how I feel, and I said, look, I want to take this a little further, but I need to be realistic about this. So I asked her, I said, would you be willing to have another child? She told me no.
Oh wow.
Hurt my heart.
So was that pretty much like a deal breaker for you then at that particular time? That was a deal breaker.
Look, I asked her twice. That was the first time. The second time she told it to me 6 months later and she still gave me the same answer. That was the dagger in my heart. I was hurt. I was like, I had never at that point in time in my life wanted to have a kid with anybody until I met her.
Oh.
I was not that interested in having a kid. I knew it was going to happen eventually, but her, I wanted to be knee deep in kids with her.
Oh.
Knee deep. She didn't want that. It hurt my heart. And it's hard to back away from somebody that you just really that into.
Yeah, they're really, yeah.
And I had to back away from her slowly. I couldn't. I mean, it was like crack because we spent damn near every day together. We talked on the phone almost every day. She was like crack to me. It was hard for me to back away from her. There are very few women on this earth that I can say honestly that I enjoy being around, and she is one of them. I enjoyed her clothes on, clothes off. I enjoyed every bit of that little Mexican woman. So when she told me that for the second time, my thought was, I can't press the issue.
Right.
Because that's only going to make it worse. So I gotta back away from her because I'm getting a little older and I think I need to plant my seed.
Right. After you have some children.
Yeah. So my ex-wife, I had seen her. Mm-hmm. She worked for the Postal Service. So every now and then she would come and deliver mail at my store. I was a manager at McDonald's. I was the manager at McDonald's. And I thought she was just the cutest little thing. I mean, just as cute as she wanted to be. Aww. And I mean, I would literally stop what I was doing when she came into the store and I just stare at her. I'm like, this little Filipino woman is just delicious. Look at her.
Oh, she's Filipino. I didn't know that.
So, I mean, I would watch her from the time she walked into the store until the time she walked out. And I pressed my face up against the glass just watching her leave. Everybody in the store knew They were like, you need to talk to her. I was like, I am not talking to her. I had a policy of not messing with none of my customers. Then as me and the Mexican woman grew further and further apart, I was like, maybe I need to try and see what's up.
Right.
So Sunday night, early Monday morning, I would come in and do inventory.
Mm-hmm.
She generally would come in about 5. She would come about 5 or 6 through the drive-through and ask for caramel macchiato, something like that. And I make her one, and I get to see her right there up close in person. She never paid me no mind. I was just a McDonald's employee. She didn't know who I was. She had no idea. But so one morning, I just decided. I said, hey, can I get your number? She gave it to me. I text her. She did not reply to that text for 3 days. After that, we went out on a few dates, started getting a little bit more serious, and I had to make a decision. And I never forget that day. I was having a conversation. My uncle was in town. We were sitting in my truck, and I was talking to him about it. And my uncle said, well, you got to do what makes you happy. I'm like, the Mexican woman makes me happy. But on the path that we have created with each other, she has literally cut that path off, and there's no
turning back to that.
Yeah, there's no turning back to that unless we just get together just to have sex. Right. And I'm like, I look at her as more than that. I can't just look at her and just want sex. I'm going to want more. I stopped thinking with my heart at that point and started thinking logically. And my ex-wife, it was the most logical choice. She had been on her job for 15 years, I think. Okay. She had a house, she had a car, she was established, 401k. I was like, okay, I could see this long term. She's established. So I began put more of my efforts into courting her. And I had the same conversation with her eventually down the line. Because when I came onto the scene, he was a preteen. She had a son.
Okay.
So to ask a woman who had only had one child, and that child is now a preteen, to go through that again, I was like, this is not going to go well. So that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot to ask.
And I was for sure she was going to tell me no.
But she told you yes.
She told me yes.
And look, we got little Tony.
Mm-hmm. She also followed up that question with, what would happen if if this didn't work between me and you? And I told her, I said, if this didn't work and we had a kid, the judge would literally have to put an armed guard around our child. It's like, I don't give a shit about no law. You ain't gonna stop me from seeing my kid.
Right.
She looked at me and she was like, okay, I can do this.
I can do this. Oh, that is so sweet. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. We are here at Purple Mic, getting to know you with the cast with Tony, myself, Lashana Edwards of Butterfly Angel. You can find us at Whisper Phone, also on Instagram. Remember to like, share, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. We tape every single Monday, and you can also watch us together on Thursdays. And just make sure that you are there with us. Like, share, and follow. All right, we're going to go ahead and continue with this interview with these.
I just want to say, Clay, I need you to get better. Don't be injuring yourself purposely so you don't have to do the show. All right.
Just throwing that out there. What is one of your biggest regrets in life?
My marriage.
Do you even have any regrets?
I have a lot of regrets.
What's your biggest one?
This one might rub some people the wrong way too, but let it rub. So when I was in high school, I was dating this Assyrian girl. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, she got pregnant. And we didn't know.
Mm.
We literally, it's how crazy this was. So it was me, her, and another friend of ours at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
And she started having pains, cramping, and whatnot. And so we left the mall. I drove her to the hospital, and that's how we found out she was pregnant. We drove her to the hospital her mother worked at. And all the nurses there kept that shit away from her mother, but told her she was pregnant. So while she was pregnant, we both graduated from high school. I ultimately had to move back to New Orleans while she was pregnant. Before I moved, me and her had a hard conversation because she didn't know what to do and I didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget that because she was crying on the phone. She wanted me to make the decision on what she should do. And I told her it wasn't my place to tell you to do with your body. If you want to keep the kid, fine, we'll figure it
Right.
out. But I'm not going to tell you to go and get an abortion because it's not my place. And I
Right.
stick by that decision to this day. She made the decision to go have an abortion. That has weighed heavily on me ever since.
Oh my gosh.
It hurt.
So because it weighed so heavily on you, how did that impact your life from that point on? Like, how much did it impact it?
I'm not 100% sure I can quantify it because some of the decisions that I made after that scenario had nothing to do with bringing a child into the world.
Okay.
That option never really came up until I met the Mexican chick, 15 years later.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. So, are you a spiritual or a religious person?
Really, I think you can answer that for yourself.
But the audience want to know, so just tell
That's an
us.
emphatic no. So I know I got to
So,
back that up.
yeah.
Yeah, here I go. So I am technically the only Catholic in my family. Everybody's Baptist. Now,
Okay, so you're
mind
Catholic,
you,
not Baptist.
yes, I'm Catholic, and everybody else in the family is Baptist.
Okay.
So, mind you, religious family, religious
Mm-hmm.
grandmother. Let's go that route.
Yes.
In New
Oh, Baptist.
Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
in New
Humming.
Orleans, yeah.
Yes.
So,
Bending knee.
been a part of Greater Saint Stephen's Baptist Church,
Okay.
Paul Morton, all that stuff. I heard
Mm-hmm.
all of it.
Lady in white sitting on top of the pew, sitting in front of the pew.
Hey,
Mother of the church.
all of it.
Wearing the white gloves, marching in on the first Sunday.
I went to a elementary school. I went to a Catholic school.
Oh.
Nuns everywhere, all that kind of stuff. I mean, nothing outrageous, but it's one of those things where as I got older, I realized that religion is one of the worst things that could have happened to humanity as a whole. And I know some
Mm-hmm.
people are going to hate me for that, but the only thing that I see religion is good for is this. Religion gives people something to believe in if they can't believe in themselves.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay, well, that's the way to look
wholeheartedly
at it.
I wholeheartedly understand that. I get it 100%. You want to talk about anything else in the Bible? Ain't nothing in the Bible real. It was taken and created. All those stories in the Bible were taken from African gods, separate African gods, and put into a Bible. Jesus was created. He was manufactured. Historians know it. He was manufactured. And if you think I'm lying, the most simplest thing in the Bible tells you that they stole it. Because if blue eye and blonde hair, white Jesus, but the Bible says he was what? Hair of
Hair of
wool,
wool,
skin of
skin
bronze.
bronze.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then unless Jesus was in Florida tanning on the beach, that's a black man.
He said, "Let's Jesus was tanning on the beach in Florida." Remember, audience, please make sure that you guys chime in, leave a comment, let us know how we're doing with the questions. Even ask a question to Tony if you want to. Just let us know. All right, so back to our last couple questions that we have. What is your philosophy in life?
I would say laissez le bon temps rouler, but that's not me. That's just not. So I stick with the quote I've been using all this time, and I got it from a gay guy.
Okay, this should be interesting.
And it's real simple. He said, "Be honest with yourself and know your limitations."
That's good. Be honest with yourself and know your limitations. That means just know how much grace you got for people. That's it.
That's what I live
by. Much grace.
If I can be honest with myself, I can be honest with everybody, and I know my limitations. Even if I believe I don't have any limitations, I still believe that I can believe in that.
Okay. So, is there a special someone in Mr. Tony's life, Mr. J.R. Poke and Choke?
My daughter.
Mr. Phone. Oh, your daughter. That's so sweet.
That's the only special person in my life. I get up and I do for her. I probably wouldn't be in the state of California if it wasn't for her. I'd be off somewhere.
Where would you be? Where was one place you would be if you wasn't there and you didn't have?
I probably would go back to Georgia, and then Georgia would be my jumping point to anywhere else I wanted to go. Because I've been itching to travel as I've gotten older, and I really want to go to Australia. I want to see what that's really about.
Yeah, I don't want to go down
under. And I've been slowly craving wanting to go to Africa.
Is Tony looking to be are you looking to be in a relationship with anybody anytime soon?
Oh, very much so. Oh, keep them coming.
What's your freakiest thing that you've done that made a woman look at you like made her clutch her pearls?
You really want me to tell that?
Yeah.
You sure?
It wouldn't be me if I didn't ask you that.
I just want to make sure, because isn't it supposed to be PG-13? I just want to make sure if I go into that story.
Just go into it a little bit. I'm afraid now.
That's why I'm trying to preemptive strike this one. You sure you want me to go there?
A little bit.
So
we're gonna see.
are we talking full bore, all information, just all out nasty, or are we talking pre getting into it?
Just keep it in the middle. Not too far left, not too far right, just like right in the middle. There you go.
All right, so let me see if I can clean this up a little bit.
Scratching your face, trying to clean this up.
Mexican chick that I was dating before I met my wife. So I could just, for some reason, she was just letting me do whatever. And I do mean letting me do whatever.
Okay.
I never forget, I was laying in bed. We were talking on the phone.
It's like you can remember it because you closed your eyes for a minute to reminisce.
That was a great day. So we're sitting on the phone and we're talking. And no lie, I am talking on the phone with her and I am watching porn.
Okay.
I am watching anal sex. I said, hey, I think I might want to have anal sex with you.
Okay.
How would you feel about that? She thought about that shit for all of 30 minutes. And was like, and she was like, okay. She's like, yeah, I've been thinking I want to try that. She said, let's try it. Next day, we at the sex boutique picking up lube. While we're in the sex boutique, I'm looking, because I don't know nothing about no anal sex. I just know I want to try it. Okay. So I keep hearing, oh, make sure you got lube, make sure you got lube, make sure you got lube.
Okay.
We go there, we walking around. God knows I hadn't been in a sex shop in God knows how long. So I get in there, and that's like kid in a candy store. I'm popping off with ideas. I'm seeing all kind of shit. I'm like, ooh.
SpongeBob running through.
Uh-huh. So get to the lube. Get the lube. I said, "Oh, this ought to be good. I got some cherry flavored lube. All right, cool. This gonna be the joint." I get to the counter. It's almost like the dude knew what I was there for. I put the lube down on the counter. He says, "Hey, we got some." Well, he said, "We got some anal lube here, 3 for $1." How did you know that's what I came in there for, dude?
Like it was like telepathic. He was like,
"Uh-huh." How you know that's what I came in there for? Give me some of those. I pick up these little bitty things for anal lube.
Oh wow!
I didn't. First night we tried it, did not read the package at all. I put too much, but I slipped right in there. Had to be gentle, but it slipped right in. I used damn near half of that whole tube, and I only tell you when I finally looked at the instructions said only use like a little dab on your finger. I used half that tube, and I slipped right in there. Happiest day of my life, beside my daughter's birth, because I was there for her birth. So anyhow, that was wonderful. Here's where Tony 2 comes into play. Tony 2 comes into play, and everything's turned off. So we sexually down the line, and now everything's on the menu. I'm putting my thing everywhere. She letting me do it. I'm everywhere. Okay. I mean, if there's a hole and I can fit it in there, she was letting me put it in there. I was having the time of my life. If there's such thing as a sexual Disneyland, I had found it. I had a truck back then. I had a Dodge 1500 quad cab, black. We found a little spot one night where it was real pitch black dark, and we are having sex in my truck.
Getting it in.
We getting it in, and my brain had hit that point where this was getting ready to shut off. So I remember asking her, sweating and all that, heavy breathing, "You ready for this thing in your ass?" She looked at me. She was like, "Yeah." After that, brain shut off. I slipped that thing in her butt. I took my left hand and I wrapped it around her so she couldn't move her arms. And I took my right hand and I grabbed her around her throat and I pounded the shit out of her, choking her the whole time.
She must have been short.
She was a real short woman. Not knowing how much damage I was doing, Tony 2 was in play. I mean, I wasn't thinking about what I was doing. This was all animalistic. I was choking the shit out of her to where she couldn't even breathe because I was just all into it. But at the same time, she had an orgasm and I could feel it running down my leg. I didn't know what the crap was. I thought something had happened. I was like, oh shit. The only reason I snapped out of it because she was like, I can't breathe. I can't, because I'm choking her. And that's when Tony 1 kicked in because I'm like, oh, some shit's popping off. And that's when I realized. That's when I realized. I'm like, I put my hand down there and I'm like, what the hell's going on down here? And I'm like, oh shit. She is like off the charts wet. I was like, oh, she just came. Yes, this is the best thing ever. That was the nastiest thing I did that night.
All right, so last and final question. What are some things that you would like to accomplish, your goals that you would like to accomplish this year pertaining to your business, love life, family, on Purple Mic? What are some of those things that you would like to accomplish?
I'm not sure if they're full-on accomplishments, but they're things I'd like to see. Okay. And this is where me being fully opinionated comes across the board. So personally, I've learned to not push the issue of love. So I'm not pushing it. I just kind of let it happen. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I come to some realization ahead of time that there's a strong possibility that I might be by myself for the rest of my life. And I'm okay with that.
Good. Okay.
So as far as the Purple Mic is concerned, I see a lot of things with the Purple Mic and I've expressed it to Erica because I look at what had the platform in its current form and I see it as a jumping point for everybody. Okay. Everybody can take the platform and use it to their benefit.
Right. Okay.
Further their own private businesses and goals. Okay. Both relationship and financially. Me personally, I don't have just one business. Okay. So the phone business has taken center stage. It is financially instant gratification. I'm a man that likes to work with my hands, and so my brain and my hands in tandem. I enjoy what I do, and I really get to meet interesting people, and I like taking shit apart. God, I like taking shit apart. My first company that I started while I was married, I have been slowly ramping that back up in anticipation of my divorce. Because while I was married and I got that company up and rolling, I hit a point where I was doing almost $10,000 a month. It grew very fast and I couldn't handle it. And I didn't have anything in place as far as business credit and all that. So I couldn't sustain it. And when I knew I wasn't happy in my marriage, I said, I need to shut this down, because if I keep making this kind of money, this is not going to end well for me. And I'm not trying to split some shit I done busted my ass and working on. And she didn't help. I'm a firm believer you don't deserve half of nothing if you didn't help.
Right. Okay.
But the purple mic, yeah, I see a lot of things with this, but that's just me. I'm largely an idea man. I can see it. I can see it to fruition. Now, whether somebody decides to take me up on the idea and really expand on it, that's them. But yeah, see, like, because I know you like to do novels and whatnot.
That I do.
You and Ben, and so I tossed that idea out there. I say, why is there not a Purple Mic Publishing? Help them get published. That is an avenue that the Purple Mic can go in. It can be a jumping point for you guys.
Right.
Get you published. Put the books on Purple Mic website, and people can buy the books, buy your romance novels.
Right.
I envision, hey, down the line, the Purple Mic having its own building, a production studio, and Chef Jamal could literally have a space where he can cook, put recipes together, and have a panel of ladies and guys and talk relationships over food.
Yeah.
I see that kind of stuff.
Oh wow.
I see where this can actually go. That's what I'm saying. I'm an idea guy. I can see it.
Right.
Implementing it is something different.
Yes.
Yeah, it's something different. It takes time, it takes energy, it takes capital. But I see it if it's done correctly.
Right.
Everybody can take their skill, and the Purple Mic can be the platform that can potentially launch them to where I think each of us can potentially be.
Gotcha.
I see everybody in a different light, but I see them better than what they currently are.
That's wonderful. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Getting to know you.
That's it?
Yes, that's it. We're getting ready to wrap it up. It's Getting to Know You featuring Tony Johnson, Mr.
I was going to get personal.
We didn't get too personal for you?
I thought y'all was going to ask some deeper questions.
Anyway, back to what I was doing. Thank you so much for tuning in on the Getting to Know You segment from featuring Tony. Thank you guys so much for watching with us. Remember, we do have a cash giveaway, the Spring Fling. So remember to go to our Instagram page and make sure you like, share, subscribe, and all that wonderful things that we ask you guys to do. So please make sure that you go on the Instagram page and just follow the directions of what it says for you guys to do to win that cash giveaway for the spring cash giveaway that we have going on. Follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. Tune in with us on Thursdays for our live shows that we'll be doing on Thursdays. Also, we have a new segment that'll be coming up, Celebrity Talk. So chime in with us on that. Don't shake your head, Tony. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.